Hi, my name is Al Schatz. I'm a musician who lives in Baltimore, Maryland, and the tour manager for Ear Hustle's live show, recording this in Philadelphia where we have a live show tonight. This episode of Ear Hustle contains language and content that may not be appropriate for all listeners. Discretion is advised.
So, Nige.
Yes.
Last week I was in Southern Cal.
Yeah.
And I went to this high school called Olympic High School, to try and talk to a group of younger me's.
So, like, to kind of give them advice or life lessons?
Try to utilize my bad decisions in my life to help them alter their choices in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tell them what I've been through, especially going into high school. I told them, raise your hand if you're 17. Mm-hmm. I went to prison when I was 17.
Yeah.
So it was basically me just trying to offer some type of, honest opinions about life, opinions about the hood, opinions about taking that trajectory.
Okay.
So that was my mission.
Yeah, and Earlonne, it's interesting that you did that. I often wonder, do people really change based on hearing other people's experiences?
I mean, I think it may resonate, affect one or two that's in the deep end, Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what this episode is about. People who have been through hard stuff, hoping that they can be, the one that keeps someone else from going down that same path.
Right. I'm Nigel Poor.
And I'm Earlonne Woods. And this is Ear Hustle from PRX's Radiotopia. I couldn't even think of a smell. I've never smelled this.
I've never smelled this smell before.
This is some new shit.
Yeah.
I remember this day. We were at North Kern State Prison.
Exactly. And North Kern is in California's Central Valley. Mm-hmm. Is it just kind of like north of Bakersfield?
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
Okay.
Right, just right there.
Super farm country.
Yes.
And it has its own distinct aroma.
Can you, Nigel need to explain what this smells like.
Okay, so the smell here, imagine an old ashtray. There's some old butts in it. It's been sitting around for a couple weeks.
Cigarette butts or butts?
Cigarette butts.
Okay.
So that's the base smell. And then the middle note is cow manure, but I don't know, there's no cows anywhere. Then there's like a bag of exhaust from a bunch of cars that's been put on top of it. If it had a color, it would definitely be the color of ashes. If you don't want to eat, this is a great place to hang out.
This shit don't do nothing to y'all lungs? Your respiratory system?
Makes you healthier.
Oh, damn. That's Lieutenant Huckleberry. And I don't know if he like us talking about this smell.
But maybe he was just eager to get us to focus on why we were actually there and what we were there to talk about, which wasn't how it smelled. It was about a program that's happening here in California.
A peer support program.
Come on in.
Hello,
Hi.
how you doing?
Nice to meet you.
So Huckleberry took us into this kind of library, small library that was functioning as a classroom. And there were 3 incarcerated guys sitting there, all facing their teacher.
And they introduced themselves. Pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
This is Nigel back here.
Hi, Kenny, nice to meet you.
The guys had these big textbooks in front of them, and they were going over a quiz that they'd recently taken.
The role of peer support in trauma-informed care includes all except,
C?
and I think it would be C, unsupported feedback.
Yeah, clearly, yeah, that one. Good job. Sounds like 100%. You guys did good.
This is a counseling course, peer support counseling.
Yeah, it's an 8-week program, and it covers stuff like how to help fellow incarcerated people with, like, say, addiction, loss and grief, training opportunities that might be around the institution, life skills, stuff like that.
Yeah, basically like how to use their own life experience to help people who might be going through, some of the same stuff.
So those are the 6 principles that all the peer support specialists should be familiar with. Perfect. Number 2.
It is important to develop settings and in activities that ensure physical and emotional safety.
True.
True.
Very
man.
true. Absolutely true. Why do you think that is?
Well, because you want a person to be safe when you're having an interview with them. You want them to feel safe and comfortable and be able to express themselves better that way.
Absolutely, because they've been through trauma, so you don't want to re-traumatize them by putting them in a space that they don't feel safe.
Earlonne, what did you make of this program?
I mean, I think it's a good idea, because a lot of times, incarcerated people, know what other incarcerated people are going through in a way.
Right. And do you think maybe they feel safer talking to someone who's not staff in some circumstances?
I would say, yeah, because at the end of the day, another incarcerated person may not turn them in for their thoughts, no matter what the thoughts are.
It made me think about how this is kind of a formal version of what you see happening on the yard all the time, right? Where guys are doing laps and talking.
It's the same thing, but this is just a different capacity where once they finish this program, these guys can work in the prison as counselors. They get paid by the state and they wear these yellow jackets that say peer support, like, hey, you can come holler. I'm open for business.
Exactly. And so during the class, we were eyeing the guys trying to decide who to focus on. And this guy, Daniel, stood out because he seemed like a leader type and he was really open.
And so after class, we asked him to come sit down and talk with us.
Can you describe what you look like?
Yeah, I guess I'm 6'5", white. Had a goatee, like shoulder length hair.
Yeah.
Kind of look Germanish, I guess, that's what people say.
You have like a 70s vibe to me.
Yeah, 70s vibe right now. Yeah, someone said I look like Jesus the other day. So.
Oh, you know who I thought you looked like? Did you ever see The Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like the dude.
Yeah.
And will you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, I'm Daniel. I'm from San Bernardino, California.
So how long have you been incarcerated?
On this, right now, I've been down 10 years. Yeah, even on this trip right now, I've been to San Quentin. I was in San Quentin in 2019.
Really?
Yeah. I was still getting high at the time. It seemed like there was a lot of drugs there. And I didn't really like the experience, like I was strung out. I wasn't coming out my cell. I wasn't going to programs. I wasn't dealing with like any of the stuff that they had to offer you there. I was so into my addiction still, I just had to get out of there.
How do you think you would have been if I met you in 2019?
I was probably 60 pounds lighter, probably had track marks, probably looked pale.
Would you have spoken to us if we wanted to interview you?
No, I felt like a creature, I would have hid from you guys.
Guys like that tend to kind of hide out.
So those are guys I definitely don't see.
You won't see them.
No.
They usually probably don't even come out the building unless they have a reason to come out the building, and that reason might be to re-up.
Can you get anything you want in prison?
I mean, it just depends where you're at. I ended up going crisis bed, and I just told him, man, I don't want to go back. This is what's going on with me. I'm getting high. I'm stressing out. I keep waking up at night with anxiety. I was the first time in my life I ever had any kind of mental health issues, and I was over it.
You know what the crisis bed is?
No.
Crisis bed is almost like when you're on suicide watch. You know what I'm saying? You're really conflicted to where you can't trust what's going on in your mind.
You're having a break.
You need to be watched. So usually they'll sit you in the bed and staff or nurses will sit there and watch you. So, with hearing him say that, it seemed like things got real bad for him.
And eventually he was able to get transferred out of San Quentin and get himself clean.
Is it hard to stop using in prison?
It is, especially I had a cellie that was using, and one day he came home and he had a little bit of dope, and he's like, you want to get high? And I was like, you know what, dude, I'm done. And I just stopped.
Why? What made you stop?
I just talked to my daughter, and I talked to my family, and it was just they kept telling him that I'm coming home, but now I got more time. And, my daughter's asking me, she's like, what's going on? And she doesn't really understand time. So she's like, you're coming home in 90 days, 100 days? What is it? Because she's still young, Yeah. I'm like 1,000 days. And she's like, oh my God, they're never coming home, So it kind of made me think, and it's I'm done. I've been doing this since I was 19 years old, in and out of prison. I'm gonna be sitting here at 65 if I don't stop now.
How old are you?
I'm 44.
Okay.
Before he came to prison, Daniel supported himself and his drug addiction, robbing houses.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions about robberies?
Sure.
What is it like to go into someone's house like that? Like, do you think about who they are, or?
You know what? When you're in your addiction, you really don't. You know, now that I've done it and I think about it, I feel shame. I feel remorse. You know, like, what do you think that people went through when, like, they come home and all their stuff that they worked hard for is gone?
Yeah.
You know, so.
I guess not so much thinking about those people, but are you looking at personal things? Are you scared someone's going to come in? Are you, like, making value judgments on the people? Are you? No,
not really. You just think, like, what can I get, like, real fast and get out of here?
So where are the best places to look?
You know, I always thought about that. I thought about, like, having, like, a seminar of some type of telling people how they could keep their houses protected from burglars. Because my thing was I would always look for, like, corner houses with, like, wooden fences or, like, hedges, so you could, like, get behind the house and, like, people can't see you that are the neighbors. You know, people that have windows open. Like, you know, I've even been in places where they got signs on the window that say, don't, like, we got cameras or we got alarm systems, and most of the time they don't.
And I'm just curious, you ever broken a house and somebody was in there?
I have. One time I went in a house and it was dark, and I went in there, I had a flashlight, and I was, like, going in the rooms, and I was, like, looking, and I walked in the last room and I put the flashlight on the bed, and some guy was there and he opened his eyes. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, police. You know, I said, like, police looking for, like, a guy, and then I just, like, ran out of the house and left.
So did you ever, like, make any food or use the bathroom?
I have. I've eaten there. Yeah.
Really? So just, like,
I've never, like, taken a shower or used the bathroom before, but I have gotten food before. Yeah.
Wow. Do you remember what you got?
You know what? I think I took some cookies, some pizza one time. I mean, now these people are going to come home, and now they don't even want to eat the stuff in their fridge because they don't know what I did to it.
Did you make, like, a mess or just?
I've never really made, like, I've never been, like, a destructed people's stuff or anything like that. Yeah.
Did you look for drugs in the house?
You know what? I know. I've never, like.
You'd go, like, medicine cabinets?
No, you know, I think about it now that you say something, but no, it never even crossed my mind, really. Yeah. My thing was always meth, like, you know, so I've always been an upper person.
How often do you get to ask a burglar about his tricks of the trade? You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
I mean, Daniel, he was a real interesting cat.
Totally. But let's get back to the reason we were actually there. So now you're doing this peer support. Mm-hmm. Why did you want to do that?
I had seen the doctor passing out the pamphlets to apply, and I had asked him. I was like, "Well, what is peer support?" And he told me, you know, that you can get certified by California, and it's to help other people. And so I grabbed one from him and I filled it out within that, like, half an hour. I didn't even know that you got paid for it. I didn't even know anything. I just wanted something else to help change my life.
What is some of the stuff that you've learned thus far?
I pretty much learned about everything in prison, from the healthcare, from the bottom up. So, like, any forms, anything that, like, inmates need help with, grievances. And then now we're learning about SUDs, substance use disorder, drugs, how people grew up, and different stuff like that. And right now we're learning coping skills.
So what is something that you learned about yourself that surprised you?
I like to help other people. Like, I really didn't know that about myself. You know, I always felt like I was standoffish, like I'm alone, like I said. Mm-hmm. And now through this program, I'm showing that I'm able to, like, actually help people, and I like it. So
do you think you were always somebody who liked to help people?
No, I was always, like, standoffish, or I would try to avoid people. I was always anxious, or I felt like ashamed maybe to, like, answer questions and maybe say something stupid or not answer the question right. You know, or I'd get angry if I told somebody something and they asked somebody else, you know, but now it gives me some type of inner peace.
I can imagine why it feels good for Daniel to give advice. I mean, he's been down some dark-ass roads, and I think he's learned from them. Yeah, and maybe it's extra satisfying to have wisdom to share when you haven't gotten a lot of help in your own life.
I got a letter from my mom when I first got to prison, and she was like, you know, I probably won't ever get to see you get married. I probably won't ever get to see you do this, you know, so kind of.
All the things you wouldn't be able to do. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us more about that letter?
You'll make me tear up. Yeah, she just, it just broke my heart, you know, like I was sitting in the cell and she's like, you know, I'm never going to see you like be the man that I want you to be. I'm never going to see you like get married and all this stuff, because she thought I was going to be in prison forever, you know? So I didn't know how to deal with it, you know, other than use and try to like block that out. So I think I ripped it up. I don't know. I was just going through an emotional time.
Do you ever wish that you still had it?
You know, I don't know. It made me feel some emotions that I really didn't want to feel. So maybe it was better that it was gone.
Are you mad at her for sending that to you?
No, because, you know, like, I don't know. Maybe she could have been more supportive in some ways. My mom's never really been that supportive, but I've always been a mama's boy because it's just been me and her. Mm-hmm. So, you know, so like it kind of crushed me, but, you know, at the same time, she could have maybe, like I said, been more supportive.
Yeah. What's your relationship with her like now?
I mean, we have a rocky relationship. My mom still uses it to this day. You know, she's 69, almost 70 years old, you know, and so I can't be around her. Like, I can't, you know, I can go there, I can visit, I can say, hey, Mom, what's up? You need anything, you know? But, like, I can't stay around her because I don't want to be around that, you know? But she knows I love her, and I know she loves me, so.
Would you ever send her a letter like that?
No. I know that I can't tell her stuff that she don't want to hear. I know I can't argue with her. I know I can't try to fix her finances, because like anything I say to her that she don't like, she's just going to hang up on me, or she's just not going to talk to me.
Do you remember when you were younger, like the first time you realized that your mom was doing drugs?
I walked in a room one time and I seen her like some powder on a mirror. And I was like, what are they doing, you know? And I just kind of realized after time that, you know, I started seeing them smoke weed, and I started seeing them up all night, you know?
Yeah.
I started realizing that they were all getting high.
If you came to yourself in your addiction, would you listen to yourself as a peer counselor?
Probably not. You think at the time that you don't, or you think you know everything, or you don't want to hear anything, you know? So there's I know there would be some way to get through to me, but I don't know if I have the answer to that. I think that my experience and my strength and my hope from the past can be a roadmap to recovery for people that haven't been through what I've been through yet.
Mm-hmm. So are you feeling optimistic?
Yeah. I'm excited about what my future is going to be like, you know, not only in here, but out there as well.
If we come back and want to catch up with you and see how you're doing, are you open for that?
Yeah, I'd love it.
That Daniel's a cool dude.
Yeah, he is. I really was excited to get back there, you know, in a couple months and see where he was with the course and like what other stuff he was learning, and
to
just
catch him out there doing his counseling, his peer support.
Yeah.
So we made plans to come back to North Kern State Prison in a few months to see how Daniel was doing.
That's coming up after the break. So how would you describe yourself? Like just your sort of vibe?
That's a great question. I don't know. I think you would be better at answering that than I would.
Well, Nigel, this program surely changed Daniel.
He sounds like a different guy, doesn't he? I may sound calm. I was furious.
Because we didn't get told that Daniel had left the building.
So to be clear, this was 5 months after our first visit. We'd come back to North Kern to catch up with Daniel, and we wanted to see him in action. I mean, that's the story we were planning on telling.
But when you work in prisons, things change all the time. You know, people get transferred. So that's what happened. When we got there, we realized Daniel was gone.
Yeah, and it's not like North Kern is going to call us and say, you know, just so you know, don't bother to make this big drive up here because Daniel isn't here anymore.
Nah, there's no convenience like that.
No. So it was incredibly disappointing and deeply frustrating. Of the 3 guys that we met on our last trip, there was only one left.
A guy named Tyrone. Your other 2 coworkers then did it moving somewhere. Are you the only peer support?
I'm the only one left on the yard. Yes, sir.
And what was it like for you when they left? Did it have any effect on you?
No, it didn't. I like to see them leave. I don't want to see anybody in this environment. So if they have an opportunity to obtain some sort of freedom, that's always a pleasure.
So did your caseload get bigger?
Yeah.
So you got everybody.
I got everybody. But I like it that way, though.
So how many people are you working with?
Oh my gosh, the whole yard. So whoever comes to me, whoever I reach out to, if they need services, I'm there for them.
I'm guessing that you're African American. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
So prison is based sometime on, especially the incarcerated population, on segregation. Do you see that being a problem in the work you do?
I don't see it personally. If it's there, I do my best to ignore it. I do recognize that I have a stimulus. So when I walk into a room, people may have thoughts that go through their head or a bias or a feeling associated with that. And then when I open my mouth, there's another stimulus that's associated with that. But I try to allow myself to be as open to all cultures.
So what do you think is the stimulus that people key into when you walk into a room?
That's none of my concern.
I know, but I'm curious what you think.
I don't know. I do my best to ignore that because that will be something that will get in the way of me providing services.
Okay, but if there's no way you could investigate that question with us. It's such an interesting one about perception. And then why I'm interested in it is you said then people have a different stimulus when they hear me speak. And I'm curious what you think the difference between how people read you when they see you versus how they read you when they hear you.
I ignore that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't give you more on that.
It's just, for me, someone that's interested in behavior. I love all those little clues about stuff. So it's really a question about how you perceive yourself.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how you perceive yourself through the way you...
I'm very open-minded. I find myself... I don't know. I don't really talk about myself much. I try to be as humble as possible. I'm a God-fearing person. I don't know.
So do you mind if I ask you some questions about that?
Sure.
So talking about yourself is seen as arrogant?
I would think so.
Really?
Sure.
Why?
It's vain.
It's vain to want to understand yourself?
But talking about myself is, to me, is a form of vanity.
It's hard because when we talk to someone, we really want to dig
know who
in
they are.
and understand them better. I would think part of being a counselor is getting people to open up and talk about themselves.
Yes.
So what happens if someone comes to you and they have the feelings you have that they don't want to talk about themselves?
I have to respect that.
But then how do you work with them? What would be there to work with if they don't want to talk about themselves?
It's not always about talking about yourself. It's about talking about your problems and what issues that you may be facing.
How is that different than talking about yourself?
I don't know.
We were kind of hitting the wall with this cat. I mean, we was trying to understand like what make him tick, what make him want to do what he wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But he wasn't letting us in on any of his secrets.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing. He was
like,
a closed book.
He didn't tell us what his past was like. He didn't tell us nothing.
Yeah, with Daniel, the conversation was so fluid and open. And that's what we're always looking for when we do a story. And with Tyrone, we just kept hitting one dead end after another.
So we thought, maybe if we could watch him at work, we'd see a different side of him.
So Amy, our editor, asked him if he'd be open to that.
I wonder if we could go out and sit with you on the yard and see who shows up and sort of watch you do your job.
Everybody gonna show up.
Fine. But basically just sort of like see you in action a little bit. Is that all right?
Can I say no?
You can, of course you can. It's up to you.
No, we can't too far.
No?
Say no.
Oh, okay.
And you're the only peer support person, so you gotta take one.
It's also up to this guy.
After some back and forth, Tyrone offered to go to the housing unit and recruit a few guys.
So that's what he did. And about 10 minutes later, he came back with 3 guys.
All right. Hi, Ricardo. How are you?
I'm doing well, brother. How you doing?
I'm all right. You go by TJ on the yard, right?
Yes, I do. TJ the barber.
The first guy name was Ricardo, a.k.a. TJ.
He was super well groomed. He was really present and friendly.
He seemed like he was happy to be there.
Yep. And it turned out Ricardo had some news.
So how much time do you have left?
I get deported next month.
What?
Get deported next month. Thank God. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any goals? Do you have any plans?
Yeah. So luckily, I knew ahead of time when I was in Old Folsom that ICE was gonna come get me. So I got to plan with my family. I got a studio already waiting for me. My car's out there.
Okay.
My plan is to open up a barbershop.
Okay.
I know that sometimes planning some things in the future don't go as planned. So I'm trying to take it one day at a time, but also setting myself with realistic goals.
What are they deporting you to?
They're deporting me to Tijuana. I'm from Tijuana. That's why they call me TJ.
When the last time you been in Tijuana?
I was 2 years old.
How do you feel about that?
Honestly, at first I was depressed. I cried because I got my daughter. I got all my friends. My whole life is out here. But now that I came to accept it, I'm actually really excited about getting out there because I've never had the opportunity to fulfill my full potential. Does that make sense?
When you said you were getting deported, I was kind of shocked. I was like, what? That seems like a big deal.
Yeah, no, I know. A lot of people actually here, like my people, think the same way. But once I got past that, there was like this sense of peace that came over me.
Oh, you fighting?
I feel like since I've been down, time is of essence. I'd rather not waste my time in a facility trying to fight something to stay in a country where I'm probably still going to be in the same.
What if you didn't have to fight? What if just
what if I didn't?
Yeah, like in I don't know how many years there'll probably be a new president.
Yeah.
And if you could just wait that out and you knew, and you wouldn't know, it'd be a gamble, but maybe if you waited 3 years, the laws would change and you would get out and you'd be able to go back to wherever.
I think it still falls in with the time is of essence. And I would want to get out to my country so I could use that time to be somebody.
Yeah.
And make my mama proud.
So in a case like Ricardo's, there's not a whole lot that Tyrone can do, you know what I'm saying? Other than make sure that Ricardo had all the paperwork that he needed.
Exactly. So then Tyrone brought in the next guy, a kid named Logan.
And Nigel, since you're the descriptionist, if that's a word.
I like that.
Why don't you describe Logan?
So as I remember, Logan looked like he was about 14. He was a white guy. Did he have tattoos on his neck?
Yeah, he had some tattoos. He was a young cat, still trying to figure things out.
Did you expect to talk to me today?
Not really, but yeah, I wanted to.
So you're famous to me, and you're famous to me because you're one of the youngest people on the yard. How old are you?
20.
20 years old.
Yeah.
How do you feel about being 20 and being around so many older people?
This is not the life I wanted to go around, you know? I wanted to be out there with my family, but, you know, I was around the wrong crowd and made wrong decisions.
What would you have done differently?
Honestly, the way I was acting, the only thing that would have changed me is coming here. Like, no one else, like my mom tried helping me, put me in the programs. Went to juvenile hall, that didn't scare me. But yeah, I wish I had my father in my life, you know, but the drugs got to him, and I blamed it on him until I found out how addiction was, and it's hard to get out of addiction, you know?
What is your addiction?
My addiction was drinking alcohol, liquor, and smoking marijuana.
Okay. How long have you been doing that?
Whenever I was 13.
What?
Whenever I was 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
In what ways do you feel you've changed?
The way I think, I don't talk to any friends out there anymore. Because the only reason why I was doing bad out there is my surroundings, the people I was around. They'll encourage me to do it, and I don't have those people anymore.
But you know them people gonna come right back around when you get out.
They're gonna try it, but I ain't gonna let it happen.
They gonna come around, they gonna try to smoke with you, because that's what people do when they get out of prison.
Yeah.
They gonna try to drink with you. They gonna try to do all that.
I can't really talk to those people anymore, you know, because, you know, we're on two different sides, you know, so.
What can you take away from being in prison at 20 years old?
Well, one thing that got to me was the distance between me and my family. We're so close. I have a twin brother, and, you know, he's doing good out there, but I have a little brother out there that I failed in life, you know? I was his older brother. I was supposed to teach him the way, but I taught him the negative way. So whenever I get out there, I'm gonna help him out, keep him busy, tell him about how this life ain't for him, because at the end of the day, if you keep on doing negative things, you're gonna end up here for the rest of your life. Like I see people like 70 years old over here, like we've been doing this our whole life. I'm not trying to be like you.
How do you feel right now?
Honestly,
I see your arms are folded, so I figured your body language it's a little shut off. Are you uncomfortable with my questions?
No, I'm not uncomfortable with the questions. Just thinking a lot, thinking about everything.
What does the future look like for Mr. Logan?
So whenever I get out, I'm gonna go to my brother's house. I got a couple opportunities. I can get into firefighting, or my uncle, he's trying to get me into welding over there. So I got a lot of opportunities. I just gotta take them, Yeah, I know I'm gonna do good whenever I get out. I'm gonna stay away from a crowd, just be a family man,
Do you have any of those things written down?
I don't, but the goals I got is I want to end up creating my own business, kind of build stuff for playhouses for kids, or dog houses.
A contractor?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also a detailing business. I got a lot of goals,
Absolutely.
And I will accomplish them. I don't got a negative mindset, I have a positive mindset, and I know I'll do it.
Okay, I'd like to sit down with you in the future and get those goals written down. How do you feel about that?
I'm okay with that.
I really appreciate you sitting with me today.
Yeah, I appreciate it too. Having someone to talk to is nice, Every once in a while.
Absolutely.
Listening to Tyrone here, I felt like we were seeing a different side of him. I can't say that we were hearing him open up, but you could hear him trying to get other people to open up, which was interesting. You could hear his voice change. He asked these really short, open-ended questions.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's something that they learned in training.
Yeah.
Logan needed just somebody to talk to.
Right.
So what's your name?
I'm Anthony.
Anthony,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you for sitting with me today.
No problem.
So finally, the last guy came in, Anthony.
Oh, Anthony.
What were you doing before I pulled you off the yard?
Honestly, I was just walking in circles. I was going to start working out, but I had nobody to work out with, so, just basically walking in circles.
Walking in circles. Why are you walking in circles?
Ain't nothing else to do.
Huh?
Ain't nothing else to do but walk.
Do you suffer from any mental health disorders, addiction? Is there anything that you
I
want to
do
talk
got
about?
addictions. I do drugs in the streets. Yeah, I got an addiction big time.
Addiction. Yeah. What do you suffer from? What addiction?
I'm stuck on crystal meth right now. Well, not in here, I'm actually sobering up. But when I get to the streets, yeah, I mess up.
So this is a very weird question to ask you, but are you able to use drugs here on the yard?
Nah.
I'm not asking you to snitch, but
it's possible, yeah.
How do you keep yourself distracted?
I gotta work out. Yeah, I find working out is like a new high for me,
Yeah.
I actually like it better, but I know for sure once I get to the streets, I ain't got nowhere to go. That's where I'm gonna hop to, right to that.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
29.
Yeah.
And so how long have you lived on the streets?
Since I was like 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how do you survive? How do you get by? Because that's a very hostile environment.
It's not easy. It's really hard out there because it's hard to sleep, really.
Okay.
That's why the drugs come in play.
Yeah.
But I get food stamps, and so I try to survive off of that.
Do people steal from you or bully you?
All the time. All the time they steal everything from me. Clothes, food, my sleep.
Do you feel like being homeless has influenced some of your decision making?
Yeah.
How so?
Because I ain't got nowhere to go. I gotta do everything that I don't want to just to survive, basically. You get me?
Yeah. What does that look like?
It's bad. Yeah. I don't know how to describe the look, but it's bad.
That's right.
Really bad. I wouldn't even want to show you what it looked like.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep my best to keep you away from it.
Do you have any goals for the future?
Yeah, I want to get to what's it called? Trade school for a CDL. I really want to do that because I'm homeless, right? So I can just stay in the truck the whole time. And I could just stack my money.
Do you have a plan B if that doesn't work out?
Forklift. I want to get a forklift driving. It's a little easy.
What if that doesn't go right? What's your plan for that?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far.
Okay. Well, I'll be interested to sit with you to see what we can come up with to ensure that you land on your feet, you know?
Mm-hmm. That would be really helpful.
Yeah.
It will. I need to start thinking about that.
I appreciate you sitting with me today.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions or any advice you want to give or something you want to say?
Nah, not really. No. But all I can say is thank you for all your help.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
We're going to have to sit together in the near future so we can get some of your things in order.
Okay, we can do that.
All right.
I'm going to need that.
I'm so curious. We talked to 3 very different people.
Yeah. I think it served a purpose that I grabbed those 3 people because it shows the type of population I deal with and how different they are on the yard. Yeah. So there are people who will come and who are eager to talk, and then there are some who may have struggled while they're talking and discussing some of their hardships.
Do you think that your personality or anything changes depending on the...
I try to adjust with them, but I also try to be an anchor and make sure that I'm stable and secure with who I am. I shouldn't have said that. You're going to get me on that one, but try to stay secure with who I am and stable and make sure that they can lean on me.
What I noticed about you is that you didn't change. You felt very stable with each person and treated them all very equally. That's what I noticed.
I tried my best.
Yeah. Did you notice that one of them had no fingernails?
I didn't notice that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That probably is a sign of anxiety and being young in this environment. Yeah.
Of those 3 guys, I think the one that really need the most help right now is Anthony.
Definitely.
When you're doing peer support on individuals like that, are you encouraging him like, hey man, go to drug counseling because you definitely need it? Because he seemed like he's just on the edge, like if he walked by Crystal, he finna hit it. I mean, that's basically what he said.
Yeah. I try to be as supportive as possible, you know what I mean? Without being too pushy, you know what I mean? And I do my best to try to be relatable.
Yeah, because I see a lot of dudes that get out that don't, they probably had life in prison, did everything, but didn't address the issue. Mm-hmm. And so even though they wasn't doing it in prison, once they got back into society, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's why I was just curious on that.
Absolutely.
Like, do you push the line as a peer supporter? Like, hey man, you need to be in AA, NA.
I push more about aftercare, and when you get to the real world, what are you going to do then? And how are you going to support yourself and maintaining your sobriety?
Okay, here comes the hard question.
Oh no!
I remember what I said. You don't have to answer anything. So,
that's right.
So it was really interesting watching you work, because what I noted is you ask a lot of the kinds of questions we ask to try to get people to talk, but yet you won't answer any of those questions when they're asked of you. I'm just curious what you make of that.
Maybe I'm just not ready to see myself the way that you may see me, or maybe if I don't feel like my story is important, I feel like the story of the next person is important, and I want to hear their story. And so
that's how I feel. I want to hear your story. I'm going to throw it right back at you. Is it a trust issue or suspicion, or is it what you said, being humble, or that you don't want people to know you?
I don't know. I think just being in this environment, I've let myself down in certain situations, and I'm not necessarily proud of who I've become in some aspects, not as a whole, but in some aspects. And so I'm a little embarrassed to open up like that, maybe.
Because certainly you're good at getting the people you talk to open up.
Yeah.
So if you could give me just a little bit of advice to get you to open up, what would the advice be? I won't use it today.
Time. The more you sit with me, the more you know. It comes with time. So
fair enough.
That's it.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Oh, was it horrible?
No, it was not horrible. Only when talking about myself.
I know. I know.
Only that part. So will I see you guys again?
I wouldn't mind that. So
Depends if you're going to open up.
he said we need time.
Well, that comes with the time.
Exactly.
Well, Nige, we got to know Tyrone more than I thought we would, you know?
Definitely. And we also got to see, the mechanics behind how peer support actually works and sort of the typical things that those counselors deal with.
True. But while we were working on this episode, an unforeseen situation started unfolding at San Quentin.
Exactly. Another peer support situation that gave us the opportunity to see this program in a different way. Or maybe we should say the possibilities of it and how complicated and high stakes these situations can get.
Yeah, it can get deep.
Ear Hustle is produced by me, Nigel Poor, Earlonne Woods, Amy Standen, Bruce Wallace, and Kat Shuknick.
Shubnam Sigmund is the managing producer.
The producing team inside San Quentin includes Darrell Sadiq Davis and Tom Wynn. Our inside managing producer is Tony Tafoya.
Thanks to Warden Andes and Public Information Officer Lieutenant Barry at San Quentin. Acting Warden Padilla, Associate Warden Lewis, and PIO Lieutenant Avina at the California Institution for Women.
And Warden De La Cruz and PIO Lieutenant Vogel at the Central California Women's Facility for their support of the show.
And as you know, every episode of Ear Hustle has to be approved by a public information officer. So this week, it's on you, Lieutenant Huckleberry of North Kern State Prison in Delano, California.
This is Lieutenant Huckleberry, PIO North Kern State Prison. I approve this episode.
Bruce Wallace and Earlonne Woods sound designed this episode with help from Darrell Sadiq Davis. Fernando Arruda and Harry Colhane are our engineers.
Music for this episode comes from Antoine Williams, David Jossie, Darrell Sadiq Davis, and me.
For more information about this episode, check out the show notes on Ear Hustle's website, earhustlesq.com.
Ear Hustle receives support from the Just Trust, building a smaller, more humane engine of justice and safety across the country.
You can also find us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Blue Sky, and TikTok. And Earlonne, right now, because we're on tour, there's some really great stuff on our Instagram. We have to say thanks to Antoine Williams. He's a master.
Yes, always been a video king.
Yep, so check it out. It's really fun.
And if you're not already, follow and review Ear Hustle on any of your favorite podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio.
Ear Hustle is a proud member of Radiotopia from PRX, a network of independent, creator-owned, listener-supported podcasts.
Discover audio with vision at radiotopia.fm.
I'm Nigel Poor.
I'm Earlonne Woods. Thanks for listening.
And P.S., really, go check out our Instagram because Antoine is posting some amazing things right now.
He's cooking.
Yep.
Radiotopia.